behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there, Palm Mash TV time again. It's great to see you again. We got a great interview coming up shortly. But before we get into that, if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and bell buttons below you there, and you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And if you'd like to leave a comment on the comment section below, go ahead. We'd love to hear from you there. And on the description part of this interview, as well as the closing credits, we're going to have contact info for you, so I know you want to stay tuned for that. From Pasadena, California, we have G-Dork with us today. Very awesome artist, and I know you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, here's a quick word from the Kane Gordon Show and Woody's Drumsticks. And remember, if you type in Palm Mash TV at checkout when you get one of Woody's Drumsticks, you'll get 10% off your order. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
At Woody's Drumsticks, we focus all of our sticks on being a hair longer than everybody else's. Why? Well, all of our sticks are going to be going through the same quality control process as every other stick on the planet. However, the extra length gives you an extended reach, so you can reach for higher cymbals. It makes the sticks last a little longer. We put our shorter taper at the end, which gives more girth in the base of the stick and allows you to play for longer, better, stronger, faster. So once you switch from one brand to Woody's, you'll never go back, and that's a guarantee.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Pasadena, California, we have G-Dork with us today. Thanks for joining us, G.
How you doing? How you doing, Big Paul?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. I'm glad you can make it here today.
Oh, man, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, how you started music? Maybe you were in a musical family. Maybe you just decided to venture out on your own. I mean, everyone has their own story, but go ahead and tell us your story.
Well, mine is different. It started off as a hobby, and I didn't know that I was blessed with a voice. I've been doing it ever since, good God, junior high school. So junior high school, so that's when all the breaking and all the other stuff was out. I'm sitting over here beatboxing and freestyling. So all that freestyling became as fun, just like, the rest of the industry right now, especially when we go back further, until the making of the music industry. It was all fun, and a hobby, that's what we do. It was like a sport, lyrical fitness. So, I can give it 20 years, 25, easy, just 30, years, just like that, just straight bliss. And then it turned into a part of my life, it turned into a part of my life. Music became therapy for me. After the sportsmanship of it, I understood how gifted I was. I used to be scared of myself, though, Paul. I ain't gonna lie. Because I didn't know how gifted I really, really was. I didn't know that I was that gifted. So, so after I embraced it, it became a whole entire another anomaly, because I started loving it. I started adoring music, and that's a difference when you adore music, when you love music, because it's a self-therapeutic, frequency, and that was the get down between, just for myself, and it made me universal, because I got so many stories, that happened in my life, and I just turned all these stories into music. Everything is a song. Everything that I see, everything that I experience, if I like it and if it's relevant, it's a song. And that was the first page, the first page of music in my life.
Yeah, I think that's true with everybody. Anything can remind you of a song, so I agree with you 100% on that. What were some of the influences? I'm sure there were a lot of legends that come to mind that influenced you when you were growing up.
Well, mine was Ice Cube, Mine was Rakim, Scarface. Those was my three best. Rakim, Scarface, and Ice Cube. Those was my influences. I always thought I was right with them, like literally the whole time. But it was the storytelling, it was the depth. They kept some depth in their lyricism. You know, they kept depth in the storytelling. And they gave you something to listen to. They gave us a classic, something you can listen to 5, 10, 15, 20 years later and still like it. And that's what I liked about all of them. They was monsters. We call them silverbacks. They were silverback gorillas. They didn't play in this jungle of rap. So those was my influences right there.
Yeah, especially Ice Cube. I remember when he was doing the whole rap thing. Of course, I know he's an actor now, but I guess he still does some rap, I guess. But
Yeah, he does.
yeah, I always looked up to him, so I can see where you get your styles from. Uh, Now, people may want to know more about you. I guess you're everywhere, right? Like on social media, streaming media. Do you have an official website? Tell everybody about all that so they can find you.
Well, you can find me at Tommy Gunn 304. That's the new one.
Mhm.
I'm rebooting grnetwork.net, which is a whole entire streaming company. That it has a lot of distribution tied to it. The same thing as at Genuine Royalty 2, which is my company, Genuine Royalty Inc. You can catch that on Instagram. And the same thing with Genuine Royalty on YouTube. If you want to find my podcast, that'll be at The Lost and the Found with on TikTok. And you'll see, us bringing all these. I say we'll bring it all the podcasts together because it's a unity fashion that I'm pushing, but I can't tell everybody my secrets, how we gonna really, put it together. So, but we're gonna make it real fun. We're gonna make it, depth, and it's not gonna be negative. You feel me? It's not gonna be negative to where we bring in negative stuff, to the table. We bring in a lot of positivity. A lot of positivity brings strength. So we want to take the negative fact out of the negative factor out of all this podcasting, and stop thinking that help people stop thinking that this is it's the way to go and get all the other little likes and and shit like that, because it's really not like that. It's not like that. What you do, how you help, and how you reciprocate things right back to you. You help somebody, it's gonna come right back to you. You feel me? So, it's a big greed that was locked in across this whole entire music industry. And we want to unbuckle that greed. Want to unbuckle the greed, because that's not our way. That's not our way. This industry was built on a lot of love and a love for the music. So that's what we want to get back to. So that's the only thing that I remember. So I lead by example, even in the music, and I'm happy to be here.
Right, I agree with you there. And you heard it from the man himself. Check him out on all those areas, and I know he would love to hear from you. And LA the Bay, I guess, is the name of this video we're going to be watching. Tell us a little story about it. It might be self-explanatory, but go ahead and tell us in your own words about this song.
Yeah, LA the Bay is a. If you remember how it took Atlanta 17 years to get all of Atlanta on the bandwagon. You feel me? Mm-hmm. They did that. When they came out, it started with one state. And next thing you know, it just bled to all the other surrounding states. Well, that's LA the Bay is. LA and the Bay is the whole entire hook of California. And my demographics is all of it. Not just my city, Pasadena. Shouts out to Pasadena, my hometown where I come from. That's my family. But, my demographics is I want all of it, all of California, really to come together, and do it the way that we're supposed to. And what's the outcome? I can see the outcome. We started a lot of stuff, in California, a lot. And I'm glad we did. Well, you know, I'm glad California is the leaders of the new school and the old school. You feel me? I love that. I love that is like that right here. So we want to keep the love bleeding real hard and real tough, but real massively positive. You feel me? So we're gonna change the demographic. I don't want nobody to think that positive is soft. It's actually hard to do, and it's actually courageous. So,
Oh,
that's how late to the Bay is. Late to the Bay is unity.
oh, okay. Well, I love the song. Like I said, I think everyone out there, you're gonna love it too. And we're gonna get to that in just 1 minute. But before we do, G Dark, we want to thank you so much for being on the show today. Come back anytime you want to plug something new. Maybe we'll have you back on sometime.
I got you, Paul. All love. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, LA the Bay from G Dark. It begins right now.
Like the music.
Tommy Gunn, aka G Dark.
Dominant did it.
Genuine royalty. Yeah, dominant talent. West Coast.
He did
Let's
that.
get it. LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA. Get it, gun. All the way from candy apple, red and green, pull it on out. Get your clown on pimp from the west to the south. Chevy, Pontiac, Cadillac, burn your gas out. We riding this motherfucker from the east to the house. Cars pull up in the club, about 100 cars thick. Color side to side, look like a slapstick. Lick it, trick it, Lamborghini dose the hot hydraulics. Two Schwitzers together, we call them two-headed monsters. Roll out, smoking before we hit the club, tipsy as fuck. Turn the music up and let it hum, she fucking my trunk. Turn the engine on and rev it up and tickle her more. Open the doors and let the speakers vibrate the weed smoke. Deuces, 24s, 26s, and 8s. Chrome undercarriages, nigga with personal plates. Niggas clowns like this just to make you hate. So throw 10 on the paint and say fuck it, it's Nathan. LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from the Bay. I'm so Cali the bear biting, 26s and 412s in the trunk fighting, Cali, might as well call it an anthem. Whether it's good bitches everywhere, bring the phantom, bring the 64 Chevys and hit the switches. Ring bottles, OG, Kush, and the switches. Chosen few, red breed 110 to the end. Bike right back, city all painted rims, gun. West is what they yelling. Helicopter, we way in the air, propelling. Oh well, might as well call me a monster. Black as a motherfucker, dick like anaconda. The turf, the city, a nigga don't play. Southern Cali doing donuts all the way in the Bay. LAX touchdown, nigga in LA. You would never wanna leave. Where the fuck you stay? In LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, the Bay, LA, all the way from the Bay, 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 from the